Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. So today this is Suhani Ehlawat and today we are going to discuss a very important chapter, that is force and pressure. So this is a chapter from our science NCERT book class 8. So it's very important chapter and maybe you have studied about these two words in your previous classes also. So without wasting the time, let us start with our topic, force and pressure. So there are some important concepts which you have to remember in this chapter, that I will tell you chapter wise. So let's start without wasting time. These are the revision notes on force and pressure. So let's start reading them or revising them. So force and pressure. So what is a force? The first question which come in your mind and my mind also, that is, what is force? Okay, the question is, what is a force? So now anyone all of you, please think in your mind that what is a force. A force is a push or a pull to any object. A force is a push or pull to any object. So when a push or a pull is applied to an object, it is called as force. So this is a proper definition of force. A force can change the state of the object from rest to motion or vice versa. That means a force can change the state of an object from rest to motion and to motion to rest. So for example, rest to motion, that means if a football is lying on the ground, you have just kicked it out, so what happened, it will start moving, so it will be in motion. First it was rest, and when you applied force on it, so it moves. That means you have applied a force, so force can move a rest to the motion. Okay, it can make a rest to the motion. After that, if the vice versa example, for example, a goalkeeper, we all have know what is a goalkeeper. He used to keep the goal safe. That means a goalkeeper. So what a goalkeeper do, he used to save our things, like that only. So I hope you are clear with the example. The examples are very very important to understand any concept. To let a force come into play, two or more objects must interact each other. So this is a very 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 important line which you have to keep in your mind. To let a force come into play, two or more objects interact each other. So this is the most important thing which you have to remember. As I told you, I will tell you the most important thing. So this is the one point you have to keep in your mind. So without wasting the time, let us move further. Do magnets also exert a push or a pull? We know that magnet can attract a piece of iron, hence we can say that a magnet pulls the iron piece towards itself due to magnetic force. Similarly, when opposite pole of a magnet repel each other, we can say that they are pushing each other. So this is a very simple thing. Magnets also do push or a pull. For example, we have studied about there are two poles, south and north and south pole. If the poles are different, as one is south pole and one is north, so they will attract each other. And if there are not no equal, that means there are like poles, they will repel each other. Do you get that? I think I made a different arrows. You can understand whatever I am saying. Moving further with the characteristics of force. Characteristic of a force. So, when two forces act in the same direction, the resultant force is the sum of the two forces. For example, in this, maybe If you and your friend, okay, you and your friend are pushing a box, that means this is you and the another one is your friend. You are pushing a box from the same direction. What will happen? The force will, the object will move which side? It will move this side, as I shown in the arrow. Where it will move? It will move this side. But in the other hand, so what happened? The force, for example, you are applying 20 n of force and your friend is applying 30 n of force. So what will happen? The force applied on a box will be 50, for example. Am I clear? What I want to say is that the forces will add together. Why? And the word n which I am using here, that is a unit for the force, as you know. Okay, these two are very important points. This you have to keep in your mind. The other thing is, if now in the other situation, the two of you are using the force different side. So if your friend is using 30n and you are using 20n, so what will be the resultant force? Means कितनी फोर्स अप्लाई होगी उस बॉक्स पर? सो दैट विल 30n माइनस 20n, बिकॉज अगर दोनों सेम फोर्स को अप्लाई करते हैं तो वो जो ऑब्जेक्ट है वो मूव नहीं करेगा. ओके, सो n क्या है? न्यूटन. n मीन्स न्यूटन and it is the unit for, and the n is the unit, it's a unit for force, or we can say magnitude. Force is nothing but weight. Okay, I hope you are clear till here. So in the second one, what will happen? इसने जो फोर्स अप्लाई की है इसकी फोर्स से वो माइनस होगी. अगर इसकी लार्जर है तो इसकी से इसकी माइनस होगी. डू यू गेट दैट? दीज टू पॉइंट्स आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. यू हैव टू कीप इन योर माइंड. Please pause the video and write down the points. Now moving further without wasting the time. So a force. Now this is some important point till how much we studied till now. So the force always has a direction in which it is applied, a major or a magnitude. अब फोर्स की हमेशा कोई डायरेक्शन होती है कि वो किस डायरेक्शन में मूव करेगा. फॉर एग्जांपल जो हमने लास्ट स्लाइड देखी थी, इसके अंदर जो है वो फोर्स कहाँ मूव कर रहा था? वो यहाँ मूव कर रहा था. यहाँ पर अगर अब इसकी फोर्स ज़्यादा है तो ऑब्जेक्ट जो है वो इस डायरेक्शन में मूव करेगा, और इसकी फोर्स ज़्यादा है तो ऑब्जेक्ट इस डायरेक्शन में मूव करेगा. डू यू गेट दैट? आई होप यू आर क्लियर. आई एम क्लियर टू यू एट एवरी पॉइंट. ओके, so the force has always a direction in which it's applied. The effect of a force may alter when the direction of the magnitude force is changed. That means, for example, now what is being happening here, if you are a footballer, if a partner, the opposite team partner, what they do, they kick the football. Now what you have to do, you will also kick it. Basically you will kick it, so the direction of the ball will be going to change. For example, if the person is coming from here by kicking the ball, so there is a speed of a ball. Now you are standing here, and now what you do is you also kick the ball. If it's come here and you kick the ball, now the direction will change. So फाइनली नाउ इट वॉज कमिंग, सो धीरे धीरे उसकी स्पीड कम होगी, बट अभी आपने उसको किक किया तो उसकी स्पीड ज़्यादा होगी. तो दैट मीन्स दैट विल अल्टरनेटली चेंज. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज द इफेक्ट ऑफ मोर देन वन फोर्स बीइंग अप्लाइड ऑन एन ऑब्जेक्ट कैलकुलेटेड बाय evaluating नेट फोर्स एक्टिंग ऑन द ऑब्जेक्ट. दिस इज नथिंग बट द रिजल्टिंग फोर्स. In this question we are just talking about a resulting force. Did you get that? Resulting force, which we have studied in the last clip. Okay, last slide we have seen it. So if the two forces are acting upon each other having equal magnitude and in opposite direction, net force will be zero. as I told you in the previous slide, that if the both the persons applying same force, that means 30 newton 30 newton or any newton, okay, 140, you can take any number. So if they are both are applying same force, then the result in the opposite direction, then the result will zero, the resultant force will be zero. Force can bring different effects on the ऑब्जेक्ट्स पोजीशन, साइज एंड शेप. जो फोर्स है वो उसकी पोजीशन को चेंज कर सकता है, साइज को चेंज कर सकता है और शेप को. दैट वी विल स्टडी इन आवर नेक्स्ट वीडियोज. टिल द टाइम, बाय बाय एंड कीप रिवाइजिंग दिस नोट्स. ओके, थैंक यू.